What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a super exciting Liverpool transfer news video. And Liverpool are in pole position to sign Florian Wirtz. It looks like Pep Guardiola's Manchester City are pulling out of the race and Bayern Munich are lowballing Bayer Leverkusen, putting just 100 million euros on the table, and they are putting pressure on Bayer Leverkusen in the German media. And Bayer Leverkusen wouldn't like to sell to their direct rival for the Bundesliga title, Bayern. Instead, they would love to sell Florian Wirtz abroad. So all the latest news will be in this video, and we will also take a look at how Florian Wirtz could improve Liverpool, what kind of role he would play. A tactical analysis and deep dive will be included in this video. So if you enjoy these, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here, because I upload daily Liverpool FC transfer and data analysis videos. So according to reports, Liverpool are further ahead than Man City in the race to sign Florian Wirtz, and he is my absolute dream #1 transfer target. He's one of my favorite players in the world. I've watched the Bundesliga quite regularly, the highlights, and he's just sensational. And Wirtz has emerged as one of the best young attacking players in the world. And German journalist Christian Falk has lifted the lid on meetings that Florian Wirtz as his family and himself had with Liverpool and Man City this week. Are Premier League clubs fighting for nothing? Christian Falk asks. Are they being used by Bayer Leverkusen to drive up FC Bayern's transfer fee? And why is the Wirtz family doing this? The fact is, not only Man City but also Liverpool FC are suddenly hoping to sign Florian Wirtz, and that's why Florian Wirtz flew over to England to meet with the representatives of Liverpool. As I revealed exclusively on Tuesday, the Wirtz family took a flight to England. This was the route flight. The Wirtz family took off at 10 a.m. and flew to England in a twin-engine Legacy 50-50 jet. Their first port of call was the seaside resort of Blackpool at 5:40 p.m. German time. The jet took off from Manchester Airport back to Germany, where the family's car was parked. The small airport behind the German-Dutch border had obviously been chosen to avoid causing a stir, a media fanfare. And Falk also provided an insight on the ongoing tussle between Liverpool and Man City, saying that Man City are preparing to exit this race to pursue a new goal. We have already reported that Man City have made an offer for Florian Wirtz. Apparently, however, there has also been a meeting with Liverpool FC. And of course, there's not much that Liverpool can do if Florian Wirtz decides to continue his career in Germany. But for sure, if Florian Wirtz decides to leave Germany, then Liverpool will make a huge play to try and sign him. For ones who are stressing, Bayer Leverkusen play their final game of the season this Saturday. So today, I think the story will become much clearer after the weekend. And Bayern Munich are really lowballing and putting pressure on Leverkusen, which is not a clean tactic, shall I say, because Bayern Munich are currently only willing to offer 100 million euros for Florian Wirtz. And Bayern and Wirtz have already reached an agreement, but the Bayern bosses are never have been so confident. Bayern again pushed into the media with a valuation that is criminal for a player who is worth 150 million euros, and saying that's what they are willing to go to. That's completely undervaluing the player Florian Wirtz is, but also they go on and brag in the German media that Bayern Munich are confident of signing him and that they already have an agreement with the player. It's a sign of pressure and desperation, and it's obvious the Florian Wirtz situation hinges entirely on the player's decision, because elite players like Florian Wirtz, basically they can choose their next club. Out of all the elite clubs who are lining up to sign him, Fabrizio Romano's update confirming there is no agreement with Bayern is significant. It's the clearest indication yet that Bayern are just pressuring the player amid growing external interest. The tone of Bayern's media briefings in Germany has become noticeably more defensive since the news of a meeting in England has emerged. That shift says a lot, and they think that they are applying pressure to Florian Wirtz himself and to Bayer Leverkusen as well. However, I think they know the pressure is on them to just pay up and pay the valuation of Bayer Leverkusen, or they can forget about it. Basically, to summarize, Platigo reports that Wirtz's family flew to UK to meet Liverpool. Liverpool are in the race, and Liverpool will submit an offer for the player to Bayer Leverkusen. An agreement between Bayern and Leverkusen isn't guaranteed, which is huge. And Sam Maguire, who is a great analyst, expert in Liverpool things, he said you don't negotiate with Leverkusen the price down, you just spend the 150 million on Florian Wirtz because he's worth it. If Liverpool couldn't afford him, they wouldn't bother meeting with Florian Wirtz and his family. And a lot of reports in the UK suggest that this is an opportunistic move, but the implication is that Man City have done all the heavy lifting here and Liverpool have simply piggybacked on their hard work. This isn't the case though. Liverpool have kept a close eye on Florian Wirtz for a while. Liverpool have been in contact with Wirtz and his family for quite some time. They will have to put they have put the hard yards in. This isn't the Moises Caicedo situation where Liverpool arrived last minute into the deal. The Premier League champions simply haven't joined the race late and tried to muscle in after an agreement with another club was made. They would have been at the front of the queue, waiting to react if Wirtz gave the thumbs up to a move to England this time around. Florian Wirtz. I do understand why people might be put off by the 150 million euro price tag. It's a lot of money. It is even more of a risk when you are signing someone with no experience outside of Germany. But Florian Wirtz is exceptional. The argument seems to be that 150 million euros for someone who doesn't have great attacking numbers in a league that favors attackers is a gamble. Yet at surface level, that's maybe understandable because Florian Wirtz has just 8 non-penalty goals in the Bundesliga this season, and his non-penalty XG is just 0.24. For a bit of context here, Curtis Jones, Adam Armstrong and Mohamed Kudus have also same expected goals numbers, but the 5'10" attacking midfielder is more than just goals. He has chipped in with a lot of assists as well. He has scored 10 plus goals and got 10 plus assists in 2 back-to-back seasons in the Bundesliga. He makes things happen. Wirtz has averaged 2.8 shots per 90 minutes this season, 5.8 shot creating actions. That's a huge amount. At the time of writing, he's averaged basically 1 goal creating actions per 90 in the Bundesliga. Like I said, in the final third, he makes something happen. Combine that with 5 progressive carries, 7 progressive passes, and 12 progressive passes received, and you start to get a picture of him as a player. He can score, create, progress play through a pass or a dribble and carry the ball. What I like about him as a player is how he can and does use either foot. For example, 81% of his efforts this season have been right-footed shots, but key passes are split 60%, 40% in favor of his right. He opens up new angles to play killer passes on his weaker side. He ranks 3rd for duels won, showing he pulls his weight without the ball as well. Wirtz isn't the quickest, but he makes up for it with clever positioning, tenacity, quick thinking. He would be a key part of the high press implemented by Arne Slot. And this is a 22-year-old player who is the real deal. He's one of the few players in world football who, if they are available, you just pay the money and you figure out everything else later. And a Bundesliga expert and former coach also revealed a lot about Florian Wirtz. They are saying that he revealed all you need to know about. Markus Daun, his former coach at 1. FC Köln, who then moved to Leverkusen and had a role to play in his arrival at the club. He said this, he has incredibly clean technique. Everything he does is tooth and nail. He controls the ball perfectly without having to watch the ball. In addition, he can process the game quicker and evaluate situation on the go. He can anticipate the next 2 or 3 steps before they even happen. No one has more goal creating actions than Florian Wirtz in the Bundesliga this season, 25, and only Michael Olise has created more big chances than him, but just by a minuscule amount. And he has an incredibly good athletic ability, extreme endurance, good fitness. I think that's the basis of his ability and one of his strengths. One he performs week in, week out. This was the case at a younger age. In terms of his athleticism, he was already a professional even back with me. He never wanted to lose a single match in training either. He always wanted to continue training when I said the workout was over. He still wanted to continue. You could not stop him. And the numbers reflect that this season because Wirtz ranks 2nd among Leverkusen players for sprints only behind Jeremy Frimpong, who is also on his way to Liverpool, hopefully. Wirtz has 832 sprints. Jeremy Frimpong has 1,021. Incredible numbers. And also Florian Wirtz covers more numbers, covers the third most distances in the Bundesliga for Leverkusen, 11.6 kilometers per 90 minutes. Bundesliga expert Ronan Murphy said, "I always seem to think that a German player is most likely going to end up at Bayern. It always seems to be the way. It seems to be the biggest stumbling block. Out of these clubs that aren't Bayern Munich, Liverpool seems to be the most rounded or the best fit for him, because Man City Pep Guardiola will probably coach everything out of us, and we'll probably end up seeing this robotic player that we have seen other players that have that kind of technical skill that he has. Jack Grealish comes to mind hugely. I'm not saying that he's the same sort of player, but you could see the same kind of dullness that we have seen from Grealish rather than excitement that we used to see before his time at Man City. Real Madrid, I think they are gonna have to wait a couple of years till his contract goes up, if they want to, is over, because they try to sign him, because that's their approach to signing players we have seen. So Liverpool is definitely the best fit for Florian Wirtz outside of Bayern Munich. And like I ever said earlier, Bayern is a fantastic fit for them. They just have to find the money. So it's not impossible for Liverpool to sign him, and Liverpool can pull it off. This is a player that if Liverpool were to sign him, I think he would be kind of perfect in the Liverpool attack, and he would kind of give an extra dimension to Liverpool. He would be able to play between the lines and kind of get through defenders with his own skill and not just pace or playing out wide. I think he could play through the middle. Even so, I think he would really benefit Liverpool, and he would really benefit the players around him. So now we just have to hope and have to see where Florian Wirtz ends up. And he's a very versatile right-footed attacking midfielder. As you can see, he's at his best as a left-sided attacking midfielder, but he can play as a left winger, he can play in central positions, and even on the right. He played, since the start of last season, he played 4,642 minutes, and here are the percentages of where he played. The left attacking midfielder was the most common place for him, and he operates almost exclusively in the final third. Only Jeremy Doku has attempted more passes than Florian Wirtz, who attempted 32.4 per 90 minutes. His effectiveness at such a high volume is made possible by two principal qualities: positioning and the speed of thought. Florian Wirtz's mind seems to work a split second faster than the other 21 players on the pitch. He understands opposition structures minutes into a game and tailors his positioning to drag defenders into undesirable positions. This example from the second minute of Leverkusen's game against Atletico Madrid is a great example. Wirtz makes his signature sudden sprint to receive a pass, and his marker is slow to react. And on every occasion, Wirtz's positioning is made possible by very clever off-the-ball movement, with side or back passes from his teammates often acting as a trigger for him to move into space. What I do is mostly very spontaneous because it appears to be the best solution in that situation, Wirtz said. But sometimes I suspect or know beforehand what the opponent will do, and then it's easier to do my own tricks because I can see how the opponents move and when they will dive in. It's one of my strengths that sometimes I know in advance what will happen, and then I can concentrate on the solution so that I anticipate the situation and create an advantage. I've learned to watch what the others do and then make the best decision. You always have to be prepared to learn if you want to become a better player. That allows Wirtz to produce game-defining moments at a world-class volume. He has a variety of passes in his locker as well, including outside of the boot crosses, such as you can see against Borussia Dortmund. Even though they lost 4-2, Florian Wirtz gave a brilliant assist here, and also disguised passes such as this through ball against Heidenheim where he releases Adli. Wirtz is consistent with his shots as well, getting 47% of his shots on target, nearly 2 shots per 90 minutes across the Bundesliga his career. Without the ball, Wirtz uses spurts of energy to press opponents, often running from in to out to prevent opponents from progressing the ball centrally, and enjoys contesting duels was, he said, I just have the physique to get into a lot of challenges. I give everything in every game for us to win. So I also look for challenges to run back because that's part of helping my team be successful. I want to give my all and run until I can't run anymore. So how could Florian Wirtz improve Liverpool, you might ask? Szoboszlai has been a crucial cog in Arne Slot's system, and Szoboszlai, he is underestimated, Arne Slot said. Not by me, but he doesn't always get the credit for being very important for this team. His work rate is unbelievable. And he has 5 goals and 6 assists from 34 games, which suggests that there is room for improvement in Szoboszlai's attacking output. We have to work on getting him even more involved in scoring goals, creating chances. Last season he scored 3 in the league, and for an attacking midfielder at Liverpool, his numbers need to go up. Florian Wirtz's attacking numbers are stronger, with 21 goals and 23 assists in the last 2 seasons in the Bundesliga. They are different types of players. Wirtz is more focused on the micro with delicate touches, deft flicks. Szoboszlai has macro traits of energy and power. Both skill sets have their place depending on the opposition. And if Florian Wirtz joins, his close control and ball carrying would add another dimension to Liverpool's attack rather than transform it. And also he could play, in theory, ahead of Szoboszlai as a false 9, because Liverpool played a lot in a false 9 position as well. And I mean, even sometimes Szoboszlai played as a false 9 against Man City, for example. Szoboszlai became the nominal striker. Jones dropped to play with his back to goal in a 4-2-4 formation in attack. Jones instinctively turns, plays a through pass for Szoboszlai. So a good example that Wirtz positions himself between the lines, drives and assists Frimpong against Bochum. Here you can see on the image, and Wirtz's ability to play anywhere across the front line would add an extra layer of versatility to Arne Slot's tactical setup, allowing him to rotate his attacking options within and between games without any decrease in quality, whether dropping into pockets against deep blocks, pulling wide to evade his marker, or carrying the ball upfield single-handedly. Wirtz can do a bit of everything. So Wirtz could fit brilliantly into this Liverpool mold, and basically Liverpool wouldn't need to sign a striker if Wirtz played as a number 9, false 9 next season. He could help Liverpool prepare for life after Mo Salah as well. Let me know your thoughts down below. That's it for today's video. Really hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.